I'm so excited for today's show. It's almost all about kids, which is great. As a new mom of two little girls, I know my parenting problems right now are basically potty training and nap schedules, but of course, as the kids get older, the challenges change. So today we've called in the experts to weigh in on common summertime conflicts between kids and their parents. Welcome parenting expert Dr. Debbie Gilboa and three boys. You have four actually, but only three of them are here with you today. We have Oren sitting to the right of you, left of you, and we have Gavri and Nadav. Did I say those all right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good job. Thanks for being here, boys. And Dr. G.
Thank you for having us.
So with four boys, I'm sure this is like the biggest thing for you is the sibling conflicts at home, right? And
oh, never, right?
The
never.
boredom.
Never.
Never. And the boredom that comes up. And so what do you do at home?
So I have a great answer to the I'm bored. I love to hear when my kids are bored. It is my favorite thing for them to say because why, guys? Why do I love it?
She says, oh, you're bored? Would you like to help me clean the bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, often I don't even offer to help. I just say there's a bathroom that could be cleaned or dishes, and then suddenly
they're not
cures
bored
themselves.
So what do you do when kids are younger? Because your boys are a little bit older. So for instance, like if you have a 5-year-old and they say I'm bored.
So first of all, I would argue that a 5-year-old could totally help clean the bathroom. They love gloves, and the rubber gloves cover them to their shoulder at that age, so they really can't get dirty, and they really can be helpful. And for anybody with boys at home, you know that sometimes the bathroom gets a little messier than you would like, and I've noticed that them learning how to clean the bathroom, they get much better with their aim after that experience.
Okay, good point. Yeah, of course.
But I think that you're right, that there's what a parent wants to say, which is like, you have toys, you can't be bored, or do you want to clean something?
Right.
But kids, I think, are looking for something different. What do you guys think? What's a good answer? What do you hope that a parent will say?
If you say I'm bored, what do you want your mom to say? Let's go to Kennywood?
Sure.
That is one option, but what I think is something that is good is what do you do? So kids usually have filled up weekends during the school year. What do? Let's say play date, try and wait to play date.
So you're saying that just because it's summer doesn't mean you can't have the same kind of fun you have during the school year?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, well that's a good answer. And so the other thing that a lot of parents I think struggle with during the school year or during the summertime is too much screen time. So what do you do with that? Because this is a big thing.
This is a struggle at our house too, I think.
Yeah. So something that I think works is I think parents should get their kids to take a break from their screen time, video games, whatever they're doing, and then use something to distract them. Because if they're thinking about something else, they're not going to be thinking about, oh, I want to go play that video game again.
What's a good distractor?
Something that really distracts me is books. I love to read.
Oh, okay.
I have a Kindle e-reader, and I read on it a ton.
Yeah, and reading doesn't count as screens, I think, even if it's on a screen, because it's much more imaginative. It's a different kind of interaction.
Right, they're reading.
Right.
They're not
But
just
what about
playing
for
a
kids who
video
don't
game.
like to read?
Also, I think that anytime you suggest something new, the kid has they can't say I don't like it because they've never tried it.
What a good answer.
For someone like me, you could say, how about you try planting a flower or something like that, because I can't, even if it doesn't sound like the most interesting thing, I can't say I don't like it because I've never tried it, and it might be the best thing and I might do it for the rest of the summer, or I might try it for a few hours and say this isn't my thing and find something else to do.
You are raising some good boys here, Dr. G. Let me tell you.
Well, they have all the answers, which is one of the reasons I brought them on. You might discover that with your kids, too. They have all the answers.
Always, right? Especially at 13, I'm sure. What about fighting with siblings? Again, you have 4 kids. This is just, you're in a space, they're going to fight.
Right, especially if you're in a confined space. If you're traveling, if you're visiting someone, if you're out someplace that you're not going to go home from as your threat, right? If you do that again, we're going home. Wait, we can't. We're at your grandmother's picnic or whatever.
Right.
For me, it's a question. I know that if I try and jump in, and you may discover this as your girls get older, I will for sure be wrong, right? No matter whose side, and if you had siblings, you know, no matter whose side or how much the adult thinks they know, they're almost always wrong. So I think the less I try and fix it or solve it or judge it, meaning come down with a judgment, you're right and you're wrong,
right,
the better it's going to go. I don't know what works, you guys.
So they can like resolve it themselves.
So that they can resolve it themselves, or they can at least find a solution to the conflict right then.
Yeah.
What do you guys like?
So I like when my mom says, makes compromises.
Make
like,
compromises.
Okay, we have a disagreement. I think this and you think that. Maybe we can put this together. Like, let's say I really want to use screens, but I already used up all of my screen time. One thing I could do is I could maybe interact with, but still being like Pokemon Go.
So something that's more active.
Yeah.
You're actually answering the last question, but that's cool.
Okay.
But you started off answering the first one, so that was good. But yeah, compromising, and it seems like if you teach your boys,
Is it
your kids at
helpful
home,
to have an adult offer solutions?
I think it's helpful for adults to offer solutions, but not say, this is a solution, this is what's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's really good.
Also, separation, a lot of times parents will say, or teachers or other adults in charge will say, one of you has to move, and whoever moves is going to be offended regardless of the situation and whose fault it is. But also, when you give the kids the option to separate, like you say, how about you go to a friend's house, or how about you invite a friend here? Then they're a lot more enthusiastic to do it, and then they stop arguing. Because
Yeah, and when my kids were really young, I have a friend who used to say, their kids are 10 years older, that he has 3 kids. He'd rather have 6 kids at his house anytime than 3. And I thought he was crazy because I was trying to keep track of toddlers, and now you've got to keep track of more. But he's absolutely right. As kids get older, I'd much rather they each had a friend over and somebody to hang with. It really reduces the friction. And then when those friends all go home, things feel quieter and calmer, and everybody resets.
I see. Okay. Lastly, and quickly, this is something going on in my house right now with my toddler kind of finding more independence. Even with the older kids, how can you decide when kids can try a new privilege at home?
We go through this a lot. The kids want to ask things like that. When you guys want to, say, walk to a friend's house by yourself or something, what do you think is a reasonable question?
I think a reasonable question is, I know where my friend lives. Can I go walk over to his or her house because I'd like to play?
And so what I think about as a parent is, what am I really worried about might go wrong? How likely is it, right? If it's really unlikely, I should let that go. But if it's likely, like he might get lost or get hurt because he doesn't have a phone, how would I know? Then I ask him, what would you do if you're walking to a friend's house and you fell and got really hurt? How would you handle it?
If I fell and got really hurt, first I would call for help, and if nobody was coming, then I would try and, like, if I hurt my leg, I would try and stand up, and then I would go to the first person that I know I can, someone that I can trust and ask for a phone to call one of my parents or someone else that can help me.
And we've talked about which adults you can trust, right? What do you think, Gabby?
A police officer.
Right, for sure.
A adult with children.
Right. I've always told the boys, if it's an adult with kids, they probably don't want another.
Right. Really good advice. I think a lot of parents are going to find this very useful. And thank you, boys. You all gave such great answers. Thanks for being here with us today. Dr. Debbie Gilboa, parenting expert and family physician and regular PTL contributor as well. You'll find a link to her website, her Facebook page, and books at kdka.com/PTL.